Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a bit of a higgledy-piggledy vlog. I was clearing out my laptop and hard drive and found tons of clips from May, and I know it's August now, but they mean a lot to me and I kind of wanted to put them up on a little vlog quickly and post them. I do have vlogs from June and July coming as well, so stay tuned and roll the clips.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our Valentine's Day get together. I'm Abby, this is Riley, and we are the team behind Dear Damsels.
If you don't know who we are, Dear Damsels is an online collective of female writers. We've been running since 2016 and we've been sharing voices, creativity and the stories of women since then. We're a not-for-profit organisation, just me and Abby in the spare time doing this voluntarily, so we're quite overwhelmed to see you all here. But we'd also just like to quickly thank our speakers here and our performers later for doing this and lending us their voices tonight. We're really, really excited.
Yeah, and the reason we wanted to get together for a Valentine's themed day was because friendship is really at the heart of everything that Dear Damsels does. So we do monthly open submissions, and time again we get pieces of writing about female friendship, about the amazing women in your life, which is really lovely. And the reason we set up Dear Damsels in the first place was to create a space for women to connect and network in a less businessy way. To introduce our speakers quickly, here we have Chloe from F Girls Club, Becca at the end from Break the Habit Press, and Becky from Anti-Diet Riot Club. So before we dive into the subject of the panel, would you just mind introducing yourself quickly and talking a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Chloe. I run F Girls Club with my co-editor Sarah, who's front row. So I founded it about 2 years ago, and we're an online collective, and we have contributing writers, and we basically just talk about anything and everything. So weekly articles, and then our Instagram page is very like sweary and fun. Our main thing is like breaking taboos, and we accept any type of content, so personal essays, articles, news pieces, poetry. So it's really just giving an online space for women to tell their stories in whichever format they'd like. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm the founder of Anti-Diet Riot Club, which I set up kind of this time last year. Yeah, January of last year. It's an event series and community that's all about spreading the word about body acceptance and the kind of anti-diet movement. So the sort of majority of what I do is I host events, workshops, panel discussions like this, or more creative workshops that try and educate people on the ideas of intuitive eating, health at every size, trying to dismantle diet culture and fat phobia, and generally just try and create a nice space that's free of body shaming and that horrendous diet chat that's everywhere else. So we also post a lot online, I do talks, I am potentially putting a proposal forward for a book, so yeah, I do a few things.
Hi, I'm Becca from Break the Habit Press. We publish books on topics that we feel need to be challenged. So our first book was about consent and rape and sexual assault, and our second book was all about periods, the author of which is sat right there. So basically we just publish books and we run events and do workshops based on the back of the book. So we don't just publish the book, it's about how you then engage the audience following the publication, which is the most important part of what we do.
Brilliant. So as you mentioned, the topic of this discussion is breaking taboos through female experience.
We can tell everyone about it, and I'm being told it was like gross and everything. And I think nowadays, like you go online and you see wonderful illustrations and books and everything about periods, and that's brilliant. And then on like the more sensitive topics like sexual assault and consent, I think nowadays you can Google and find articles that like we put on F Girls Club that are really breaking down consent in a way that's sex positive and empowering, whereas us growing up we probably didn't have that. So yeah, I think it's kind of a mix. I think definitely talking to millennials in terms of like, that's who we want to engage with, that's who our audience is. It looks like you're all millennials. And then the trickle down will hopefully help teenagers in the long run.
Phoebe Montague, the founder of 100 Women I Know, she is putting together workshops where she'll be going into schools and universities. So the whole point in all of the books that we produce is that we can then hopefully directly impact the communities that we're having an effect on. So the part of the profits from the book go towards funding workshops in schools, and that's a big part of what we do, is that it's very important that our books are used as a tool for change. So with 100 Women I Know, although we would love to be able to speak to 13, 14, 15-year-old girls about it, really it's not suitable for anybody under 16, unfortunately. Good. And they were like, what? Too much information? I was like, I don't care. I really don't care. So it's really important to use, I keep repeating myself, but use books as like a tool for change, basically.
Oh, definitely, and something that you mentioned second. But first of all, could you all give them a massive round of applause?
Morning. I have started my period. Woo! And I'm on the way to the polling station this morning. It's currently 7 o'clock and I'm going before work because I honestly don't know if I can find the time in the rest of the day. That's how committed I am. I've woken up early for the voting, even though I'm on my period. And because this shit matters, man. Thanks so much for everyone reposting and the lovely feedback from my recent post about the EU. That was really terrifying because I'm still kind of confused by it all, but I understand what I'm doing, and I understand who I'm voting for, but it's fucking confusing and it pisses me off that I feel like I know that it's confusing for a reason, so I've got to go vote. Oh my god, I just saw a bunny rabbit and I think I'm crying because it was so beautiful. Oh my god. So I'm gonna vote today. And I'm gonna totally vote.
How difficult it was for everybody in my family, how I feel as a woman. Do I feel more of a less woman? Imagine there's a whole other section about what defines being a woman and whether you lose part of what's supposed to make you a woman makes you less of a woman. It doesn't, by the way, amazing. Anyway, this is the paragraph the observer led with. My vulva reminds me of a pink cupcake. The labia and clitoris look like layers of piped pink icing. The little mole to the left of my labia, what am I doing? Reminds me.
Like, there's so many positives that come from social media, like so many. And I think that with boundaries, with good parenting, with good systems put in place, and I think that we're still kind of figuring them out and learning them, I think we'll be able to help. But yeah, no, it's very, like, comparison is a big thing that I deal with, and I see my friends really, like, dealing with like imposter syndrome and this, like, you know, you see what everyone is doing all the time, and I think that I don't really think that, because people say that anxiety, like the percentages of diagnoses are going up and linking it to social media and the internet, but I think that even though that is true, and I do think it can cause anxiety, I also believe that people are becoming aware of when they feel something, the vocabulary to describe it. And so because they can Google, you know, what a panic attack is, and have this awareness about mental health that I feel like we didn't have before. So, I know people from the generation above me that been having panic attacks for ages but didn't even know that it was a panic attack. And with the internet now, these young kids are like, oh, I've had a panic attack because I can Google it. So I think even though social media has a really bad side, and the internet has a really bad side too, I do think that with boundaries, the pros can outweigh the negatives. I hope that makes sense. So I also got invited to meditate on top of the gherkin. It was such a pleasant way to spend the morning, and just the view on top of that was unreal. So here's the clip of that.
For me, that's the important thing. That's when you can get the empowerment. Not when you have to be dependent on that. When you learn to do it yourself, anywhere. On the top of the skyscraper, on the underground, wherever you want. And focus on IQ, but what about our relationship? And
if I haven't banged on about it enough, I've also was a judge for this year's D&AD awards, and that means that I got a free pass to go to the festival, which was so exciting for me. I went to as many talks as I humanly possibly could, and was blown away by, I'm a massive fangirl of Chantal Martin, so the fact that I got to see her talk in my lifetime was just such a bonus. So here's some clips of the D&AD festival.
Start conversations and get people to deal with facts. You have to talk about it. It sits on your coffee table at your family's house for a week. You see it on the newsstand. You have to talk to your kids about this when this shows up. So that's why I do strong covers, because I want people to have conversations, and that's the point of magazine covers. The true face of Donald Trump. The same week I was hired by Time Magazine to do one on the same story, this image of a neo-Nazi with the American flag. This was all over the press as well. when it's in the cover of Time magazine in the past, and every time I did it, I'm like, oh, I'm going too far. Oh, let's see. But at this moment, I was like, no, like that's it. He is a racist. I'm gonna put it on, and I sent it to the editor of Der Spiegel, and they agreed, and you know, they called it.
People expand, to use your work and skills in ways that help people grow. And I think also a lot about this with architecture. Has anyone ever heard of Thamesmead? Yeah? No? Good for you. So there you go, Thamesmead behind us. And so Thamesmead's one of these magical places. It's in southeast London. You know, it's a backdrop for Misfits. It's a backdrop for Clockwork Orange. It's one of these places where it sucked to grow up there. And it's bizarre because you have all these fashion brands that go out there and shoot car commercials or fashion commercials there. So I shot my own brand there. It's one of these places, it's the Big Apple, it has everything, unless you move from Japan. So I moved to New York in 2008, 2009, and I was so excited about moving to New York. And then I got to New York and
And finally, I found this clip on my laptop. So me and my friends have created this thing called The Good Eggs, which has kind of been on the back burner for now because we've been so focused on our own personal side hustles. But we did do our first little lunch with all the people we have in our contacts and that have met along the way. We gathered them all in one place and had some raffles and had some lunch, and it was a really lovely, such a beautiful experience because I've never put an event together and we kind of did it together, and it was just such a good vibe, and we definitely want to do more things in the future. It's just not enough hours in the day, right, to do all your personal projects you want to do. But The Good Eggs is definitely not over, it's happening. And here's the clips of that amazing lunch that we had.
We're suddenly all really unsisterly at this end of the table. We're like, yeah, really good to support each other.
Yeah, great.
Still got a lot of Nat's work up for grabs here, guys. So.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
143.
Oh, so close.
I think that's me.
Yay!
Well done, well done. I knew I was going to win. Fucking yes, keep your bumper. I have.
Oh.
Oh yeah, do you want to pick the next one?
I forget. I haven't done one in years. You pick a random. I knew I was going to win. Fucking yes, keep your bumper. I have.
Oh.
Oh yeah, do you want to pick the next one?
I forget. I haven't done one in years. You pick a random.
So those are some clips of what I got up to in May, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Bye!